Hello everybody, this is Papa Bale and welcome to the channel. What we're currently looking at is the pulse motor, and I am taking suggestions of all kinds on coils, switches. I also look for my own information, and as we go we build or we add or we take away or we change. This is current. Currently we have a 120-degree drive coil cycle, and it's pretty standard, I would say. It goes from the power supply to the reed switch, from the reed switch to the first coil, and then from that coil it goes back to the power supply, and it also has an option of going to this transistor and continuing on. Currently we're running it on 3.79 volts. If anybody's confused, the volts are the top numbers, the amps are the bottom number. VA. Awesome. So that's not very confusing. Alright, we're going to jack it up to 5 volts. 5.3. 5.22. Now, right here, this little wire is connected to all the other coils, and it has a load of capacitors and diodes on it, so it will only go one way, and that's around the circle back to the beginning. And then of course it will dump all the excess energy that it doesn't use back into the power supply down the negative terminal. So it's well grounded. As you can see, there's no arc. We're only doing 5.22 volts though. I'm sure we'll get some sparks right up around 10. We're going to go to 7.5. We're just testing frequency. There's only 9 magnets on the rotor, so it's not like a 12 magnet rotor, which would, get a lot higher frequency with a lot more magnets. But I think this is a pretty good frequency for 9. It can be better, of course. Looks like we might be getting a slight arc. Oh, I'm hearing that skip in the rotation. You might. That's either coming from the switch getting stalled, which is quite possible. That stuff gets really hot and it tends to stick together. An addition that I've made to the circuitry is this 100 volt 22,000 capacitance capacitor, and so I give it a little bit more go. But of course it has to get up to a certain, I don't know exactly how capacitors work. As far as I know, they're always on, and just like when they fill up, because if you're putting more in than you're letting out, I don't see it. As you can tell, I don't know how they work, but they're supposed to be like some sort of almost like a battery, but not really, more like an alternator kind of thing. As long as there's power going in, there'll be power going out. Now that's not necessarily true, because it'll store power. So yeah, like I said, I really don't know how it works, but it's working right now. And that's awesome. They say capacitors, I say okay. They say how, I say how do you hook them up? They say the positive side is the side without the stripe. So that's the side it goes in at, and the side it emits to, or has the stripe on it. Alright, this is 7.66 volts. I believe we've reached the extent of 7.66. This is 10.6. I don't hear or see much of a difference at 10.6. Now see, I glued the reed switch down. I'm not sure if that was a good idea. Try to glue it in the best spot possible. I feel like now if I back the reed switch off a little bit and just to the very edge of the magnetic field, that it might go faster than it's going right now, because that would reduce friction. Get what I'm saying? Right now it's like when the magnet passes, the switch will hit the side and then it'll cause some resistance as the magnet passes, and then it gets released after the magnet passes. For that brief little bit of time, there's a magnetic load on the rotor, and if it's close enough, it can be really detrimental to the flow. Even though it's just a little screw on something very flexible, you can still slow it down tremendously, if not stop it. Not just because it's the switch, but because of the magnetic interference. Okay, I see very little arc here at 10. Jack it up to 15. .1 amps. You got 0.1 amps. Alright, we're no amps. I believe every time we pick up speed, the amps dissipate. Listen to that. That just kind of calmed down, but I think that means it's going faster. Alright, so we're going to jack it up even a little bit more. 20. Alright, we got more arc now. It's only green though. Oh, it's a little white. But I think it's just green. So that's better than it was before. It was white before. It was flame before. I actually have fire on the copper there. It's 20 volts though. It's pretty fast. I wish my, well, the wishing is wrong. I need to get a battery for my RPM tester. And it should be good. But thank you. I know it's been an 8-minute video, but this has been awesome. Bye now. Peace out. Please subscribe. Have a good night. And what we're doing here is we're testing. We're always testing. Pretty much all we do is test. I mean, practically there's no objective here. I'm just testing out theories and applications and applying different things. You know, like if you can wind a coil better than me and you want to see if it functions right or whatever, mail me the frickin' coil. Okay? Otherwise it's going to be like how I do it, which isn't bad. Right now I'm rolling left to right, left to right. What it does is it ends up making the coil as if a permanent magnet. And that's awesome, because when you pulse that against another permanent magnet, you get rotation, speed even. And I have this off the rotor a little bit. As you can see, if we pull over here, there's quite a bit of space there. I wanted this to be more field oriented. I believe all of them are a little kind of off the rotor. I'm not exactly sure at this point if I put them closer whether that'll help or not. But the final speed, and it sounds like it's slowing down a little bit, is 25 volts, 0.6 amps. Very cool. That's the end. We don't have an out currently. I just wanted to set up Make sure that all the coils worked properly. I still don't know if that's the thing. I'm pretty sure they're all working. But this again could be, at least electricity is going through all the coils. But I mean, that too in theory is hypothetical, because this coil right here is the only one hooked up to the power supply. The other ones aren't hooked up to the power supply because of diodes. Feel me? Electricity isn't going that way because there's a diode saying that it can't. But that's awesome. Alright, peace out. Have a good night. Please subscribe. Bye now.